What is going on? When we left off yesterday, my microphone was too hot. Sorry about that. A little bit of clipping and whatnot. Do consider throwing Creator Boost Zmod in there because I kind of stumbled upon the magic sauce, it seems like. So, by the way, shout out to Starship. Don't know that player, but I went 15 wins before this, and now I'm on another 5-game win streak. It's working, folks. I'm not super psyched on this attack combo. 3 heavies, 4 bombardiers, Everspark, and a medic. As my cat is in the background, hopefully that came through on the microphone. She's begging me to throw her ball, loves to play fetch, to the point where she just harasses me all day long. One of those things where you teach someone something and then you almost instantly regret it. Well, yeah, this troop combo working amazingly well. This is my boss battle for 20. Did not, and by the way, if we have a look here, you'll see that this was going very, very well hours ago, 4 hours ago to be precise. And I didn't want to go to 20 without you. I just wouldn't feel right doing that boss battle without you guys by my side or at my back in front of me. Anyway, you get the idea. We are going to give this a go, and if I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail for all of you to watch and fail spectacularly. And really, there is no way to fail spectacularly with these troops because it's just so darn slow. Like, we're gonna go 1 boat of bombardiers over there. We are gonna send 1 boat of bombardiers over here. And the reason why I'm doing that, in case that isn't very, very abundantly clear, is that none of this stuff can range bombardiers. None of this stuff can range bombardiers. That's why I'm just sending them on their own solo missions. We can send some heavies along later on. About now, the timing on sending those heavies is a secret recipe that I am not allowed to share with you. It's made up of a certain number of magical spices. This I don't have. I'm just totally and utterly, completely guessing. So that is what that is all about. We did okay though. Like these heavies on this right hand side are slowly but surely starting to get towards where I need them. We're gonna throw a shock on that shock launcher. So lucky that Everspark did not just get shot in the face there. That boom cannon had eyes for her and somehow, some way managed to avoid the Everspark face smashing. I thought I had something there, did not manage to come up with words. These things happen. Anyways, our Everspark is still alive. Our troops are doing fairly well. We're going to throw a shock out there because we want to save that medic somehow, some way, as my battery, I don't think it actually showed up on the screen, battery getting down to very, very low percentage numbers. This base that we're up against here, it's doing very, very well, and our troops not doing very, very well, but wow, this is the fastest I have been cleared this season by a long, long margin. Now, this is where we need to get our troops onto all of these defenses because otherwise we're going to have a very, very bad time. Should still be able to clear this base. I am almost certain we have lost, which is very, very unfortunate, but we're still going to give it the old college try as we get that final shock out, that final flare out. 145, 143, 139, 140. Okay, not an awful time, but not good enough to win the boss battle, it seems. Against boss, good game, boss. That is the fastest time I have seen by a significant margin, especially against this base. Scorchers and Bombardiers, love it. 3 Scorchers. Have been hearing rumblings about Scorchers. This is the first time I've been hit by Scorchers. So, and one of the beautiful things about sticking with Bombardiers over Laser Rangers is that you do get the option to running them with Scorchers. I guess you could run Laser Rangers with Scorchers as well. I've heard a lot of also people saying that Kavan is not working this season. He is not the answer this season. But maybe, just maybe with Scorchers. That seems like boss has got that nailed down. And the good thing about this, I'm going to say something obvious here, is that we do have Scorchers. Scorchers are sitting there. We've already unlocked them. So um, I'm really excited to see Scorchers doing well, to be honest, because Scorchers historically on the warships have not been super duper great. And I kind of assume Supercell is hesitant to give us the full landing craft options, because then we would get 2 heavy choppas per boat, and that would be not awesome. Could you imagine getting hit by 16 heavy choppas on warships? That would just be utterly and completely unstoppable. Maybe let me know what you think about the idea of raising the cost of GBE to drop heavy choppas. Maybe that would allow them to bring out Scorchers more. Maybe you don't want Scorchers being more overpowered. They're not. One Scorcher has never been overpowered in all of Boom Beach. Really need 2 of them. Although Boss just kind of put that to rest. So my attack against Boss's base was decent, I think. I'd be curious to hear from Boss. I will reach out just because I'm curious to hear what sort of times he's seeing against his base. We are going to slowly but surely introduce those heavies on that right-hand side. Gonna get some more Zukas on that left-hand side. And then we're slowly but surely gonna try and figure out, you know what, let's throw them up in the middle. Just trying to get a little bit of a spread. That boom mine is going to be the bane of my existence. Thought for sure that heavy had made the turn. Did not happen though. My GBE, I feel like my GBE usage on that last battle was not super duper awesome. And of course, the Bombardier that was damaged was not the one that hit the boom mine. I just have the worst luck when it comes to that. Really, really not going to complain against that. Now we've got this 3-way spread, which is working quite well, simply because Everspark and the heavies clearing a lot of mines. I am going to throw a shock over here just because I feel like that, come on brain, that critter launcher is going to be doing some bad things for us. Also going to throw out, okay, I was really hoping that Everspark did not hit that boom mine. We managed to get it hit by a heavy or a bombardier instead, which you got to get it hit by something. You might as well send a heavy at it. I'm getting cleared quickly yet again. I have to assume this is the influence of the Scorcher. 4 hours ago, there was no Scorchers. Clearly, the word has gotten out. Starting to feel like me not pushing into 24.5 hours ago was not a good idea. It's never a good idea. Anytime you're winning, you should just keep playing, always. Glad that I could make some sort of a lesson out of this, even if it's at my own expense, unfortunately. Getting crushed by... I'm willing to bet this person brought Scorchers as well, because they were just too darn fast not to be using Scorchers. Do I join in? So tempted to get the Scorchers. Let's see what Cube has to say. Cube? Is that like a play on chemistry? Are we going copper beryllium? Is that what that is? Please tell me Be is beryllium. Please tell me beryllium's actually a thing. What did Cube use against us? That log was looking so pretty. Then I decided, let's see, what do you got for us, Cube? Looky, the Scorchers mixed in with rocket choppas this time. Scorchers being the thing, and they didn't actually use Kavan, which is interesting in itself. So let's see what you got clearing up that right-hand wall. Scorchers were just there to save gunboat energy, essentially. Now they're just walking up that right-hand wall, exploiting the base. Cube, well done. I liked that attack a lot. And again, that is another example where we've got rocket choppas. We already have those. So this tree, it's been making me grit my teeth a lot this season. I've had to really fight the urge to not like it. It's taken a lot of effort to not... Anyways, but all of a sudden, things are looking up. Things that we already have that we had to get are starting to play center fiddle. Whatever the heck I'm trying to say here. Someone will figure out what that cliche I was trying to use was. Um, and someone else was saying that you had to get Pioneers and something else to get to 6 engine rooms. Maybe they meant 7 engine rooms. If that was your comment, maybe give me an explanation there because Pioneers are not a big deal. This though, right there, that choice node is frankly awful. I really hope all those cat sounds are coming through here. I'm not sure what the heck she's after here, but we shall carry on. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and find out if I missed my push point. I kind of assume that I 1000% have. By the way, if you don't have that extra boom cannon up the top, I don't recommend going for it. It's not a great idea. I am so tempted to upgrade those boom cannons though, simply because Scorchers are going to cause all sorts of grief. I'm gonna sleep on it though because I'm so close to maxing out those rocket launchers, and I feel like rocket launchers might be useless if we're getting into some sort of a Scorcher meta. So I'm gonna sleep on it, see how things develop. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think about Scorchers. Should I be upgrading that boom cannon? Like every part of me says that upgrading that boom cannon, and maybe all of a sudden my wasted tokens on this extra boom cannon up here aren't gonna be so bad. I kind of want to move this out a little bit, but then I'm gonna displace where things are gonna go. I'm gonna move this boom cannon somewhere, somewhere. Maybe I'll swap it back in there. I'm gonna swap it into back in there, give us a little bit more range in that back section. My problem is that this and this is one shock, so having two boom cannons that close didn't feel super duper good, but I just threw it there because I didn't have a mortar to put there. Anyways, let's continue the downwards spiral that we are in, and hopefully we can tidy things up a little bit because really starting to regret putting the game down. Time with that was when I went to the gym. Awesome. Okay, so at least I got some goodness out of that. Had a conference call before that, so let's go. No one was clearing my base, and the fastest time I saw before that was like a minute 30. Suddenly, everything has changed. This video, I had plans for this video to go one way, and suddenly we are off in a completely different direction, which isn't the worst thing, but it's not really going how I would have liked it to go. Really would have preferred to just win all of the matches all of the time. Obviously, we wanted to. That way I could have used the screenshot of all of the wins back to back to back to back. Honestly, I went 20-1 after or during that video that I released yesterday. So that at least in itself was great. Would have loved to bring you guys along for that on a live stream. I really suck at getting you guys involved for live streams. I apologize. It's just one of those things that just does not work, as the medics are just going to walk across all of those mines. Things are not looking up at the moment. Things are looking the opposite of up, whatever that would be. I'm sure we can figure it out eventually. We're going to throw a shock on that boom cannon and that critter launcher. Like I said, this attack strategy, not super duper sexy. I am in full on FOMO at the moment. I really want to get those Scorchers maxed. I'm just curious to see if I can continue on with Everspark. Kavon is probably the hero for the end game. I just don't know if he's the hero for now. There's a Batman reference there. We could probably figure out if I had a little bit more creative energy at the moment. But I am definitely lacking in all types of energy today. So we are just going to have to throw that shock on you. Shock Blaster doing surprisingly poorly against Heavies. And now, I've only seen a laser once, by the way. I've seen one laser this entire season, and it did, I want to say it did better than a Shock Blaster. It wasn't perfect, but it was pretty darn good. I'm curious. Lasers obviously are going to be useless if we start getting into a Scorcher meta, though. So I'm sticking with that there damage amplifier. Where the heck even is the laser? I should know this. There it is. Laser, that person going down that bottom path, hoping that artillery is going to be the magic sauce, I assume. Uh, Not really seeing it, though. Maybe that's why they went for that laser. Again, I feel like shock mines. No, none of that stuff really. I mean, getting to heavy choppas and seekers seems a lot better, and we can always go back and get bullet. Now, and there's also a third shock launcher coming up, I do believe, right about there. Now, let me, again, I'm asking for a lot of feedback on this one. Let me know what you think about this choice node. I personally think that it should have at least 2 rocket launchers and 2 critter launchers. Is that, like, one shock launcher feels like everyone's going to go for the shock launcher? I don't, but maybe with the rocket launcher, because of the bombardier action or the, anyways, let me know what you think. I'm I always feel like choice nodes are not done well. I feel like choice nodes should be way better than they are, and it just doesn't happen, which makes me unhappy. So we are going to try to sneak some things along here. Where do I want to send Everspark? I want to send Everspark down this bottom path. I think that's probably a better path for her. I'm probably splitting my troops up too much. I also probably should have sent the extra heavies down the bottom, but I kind of like having those extra heavies up the top because Everspark's going to give us some extra mines down the bottom. We're going to try our darndest to ignore that rocket launcher. I think our medics are going to catch that. I think, there we go. As things start to catch up, we're starting to get warmed up. Maybe that's all it was. Maybe I just wasn't quite warmed up. I don't think it was. Or maybe that little tiny tweak we made to our base made things ever so slightly better. Need those heavies to stay out front so we don't get shot in the face by that boom cannon as we shock all of the things, getting the critters out. Oh, this is, I feel like I've spread my troops too wide north and south, and this is not going super duper well. That critter launcher definitely needs to go. That shock blaster and that shock launcher need to go. And now finally we can start to see some love. And that rocket launcher, oh, there we go. That bottom path is going to be amazing. That is going to be the savior of all saviors, I think. As long as they don't walk into boom mines. I spoke way too soon. That boom cannon just eating my face. They got 0. Finally, we got away from those darn Scorcher users. Some people have not gotten the memo yet, so we're a little bit... We might be able to get to 21 anyways. Doing it the hard way, possibly. I mean, this is down. I probably... At this point, I would force close, simply because that way you don't have to wait for your engine rooms to go down. You know it's going to go down anyways. Retreating would be slower, so we're just going to get that done. 151, decent time against Supreme Syrup. Now we can get back into the boss battle. And because boss is already in our log, we know we're not going to boss battle boss. Sorry, that sounded smarter in my head. And by the way, how many of you guys know who the heck Cheech and Chong are? I've had a bunch of comments that people thought that my last thumbnails were not Cheech and Chong. They thought they were some influencers that I don't know, just showing my age here. Cheech and Chong were before my time, but one of those things where, kind of like listening to AC/DC, I've got big balls when you're, or just like those funny things that you listen. Oh, 4 engine room. Well done. They don't have Scorchers. I should be able to go slow on this without having to think all that much. We're going to send a heavy up there. We're going to send Everspark over here. Heavy up there. And if you might be thinking to yourself, this is noobish. This is a super simple attack strategy, and you'd be absolutely right. I am not doing anything fancy against 4 engine rooms. I have forgotten more about attacking 4 engine rooms this season than most people have ever learned about attacking. No, I haven't, but it sounded smart. So this is not going to be a super sexy 4-engine room attack. If you are still in the 4-engine room level, then your attacks are going to be better than mine, because I have not attacked a 4-engine room base in a long, long time. One of my first 15 win streaks was against a 3-engine room base, though. I felt a little bit bad about that. Not a lot bit bad, just a little bit bad. Need that to go down. That is perfect timing. Now we can get this shock over here, and things are looking pretty good. This time, if I had to guess, I would say we're going to be at about like 205. That is kind of like my normal, not fast, not awful, just kind of cruising along through the things. Come on, there's mines hidden there. The medics are going to hit them. There we go. Really doesn't matter though. Like our time really doesn't matter, because I assume our opponent's going to fizzle. Maybe not the best strategy, the most aggressive strategy, but I feel like we don't need to be super duper aggressive at this point, simply because we've got more engine rooms than them, and we have more troop damage than them, and we should be able to simply walk through this base. In theory, I've done terrible attacks and screwed these things up, but this instance, there we go. Opponent has retreated. We are going to hit 20. Managed to showcase Boss. Boss, thank you for beating my base. I know that probably sounds stupid to a lot of people, but just to be able to show that, hey, Scorchers are coming. Scorchers are an option, and you've got to unlock Scorchers. I'm calling that a win. We got to 20 anyways. I went from, it was like 48% win rate for my first video. I think I forgot to show that yesterday, but I don't think I remember myself being below 55% or so. So just showing how wasting all of that time not spending those keys was a bad idea. Sorry, Tulu. I feel bad beating a lower engine room level. Directly into the 20. We almost didn't get there, to be honest. Only got 8 stars for that. And now we've got enough. Oh, look at that. My chest tomorrow, I'll be able to... We're so close on tokens. That is ridiculous. And again, I screwed this up. Probably should have not set my... Oh, we're in the top 500. Looky. I'm getting... And I had a comment on YouTube today saying anyone who's playing is in the top 500. That's not entirely true. Let's see where we are at. And by the way, going back up into here, from what I've heard, King Kling Klong Klung was the first one using the Scorcher meta. Not sure if that is accurate or not. That could just be hearsay. Stoneheart, the first to legendary. Just an absolute beast. Absolute beast. Let's see where we're like. I assume we're at like 499 or something ridiculous like that. Let's see here. Oh, wow. That is kind of surprising. We are at 324, sitting this guy with the pass. Well done. I was number 1 New Zealand. And again, any of you out there in New Zealand, let me know. I hate that I am occupying spots on your leaderboard, but I can't change my account off of it now that I'm back in Canada. So, sorry, I've only heard good things from New Zealanders. From Kiwis. Am I allowed to? Anyways, we are in 20. That is going to be the video for today. We managed to get there in the end. A little bit of perseverance. Scorchers. Love it. I feel kind of awkward using Scorchers as the title of this video, but it was disruptive, and you guys should be thinking about it. Looking around, talking to people, seeing what you think. And one thing that I can't tell you, I will do some digging before the next video probably, is if you need that extra GBE. Probably feels like, I think most Rocket Chopper players have that extra GBE, but I'm not sure about Scorcher players, so I'll have to reach out to Boss, see. I guess I could watch the replay too, because both those players, I guess I could watch my recorded video to see if both those guys had the GBE node. Do take note, maybe you want to rewind. Whoever throws the times for both of those people in the comments down below, I will send you a virtual cookie. I've already rambled way more than I had planned to. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Do consider sticking with Bombardiers, and also let me know if you think the Laser Ranger nerf was not a good one, or if it's just because of this season has so much damage and mines and ranged stuffs. Can't believe I'm in 20 without orders, to be completely honest. But that's going to be it for me. I am Zedmont. Thank you for coming in. I asked for a lot of comments. Would love to hear from you. That's going to be it, though. Keep that submarine diving. I have been very, very guilty of that of late. Keep booming those beaches, and I shall talk to you soon. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell, all those YouTubey things. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.